Hi everybody and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have a weekly wrap up. I am trying really hard to get back on my Wednesday schedule. So even though I posted last Saturday, I'm still going to do a weekly wrap up today even though it hasn't been exactly a week yet. This week I finished 4 books. I went like crazy this weekend. On Saturday, because we didn't leave the house, I was like, I need to get through some stuff. So I ended up powering through one book throughout most of the day, and then I reread a book. So I read 2 books on Saturday, and then I woke up Sunday morning before church, and I finished a book in like 2.5 hours, and then went to church, and I thought I was going to be able to finish another book. I got like 100 pages in, almost got halfway, but I was like, I'm tired, and we went to do family things, so I didn't get to finish that book until, not yesterday. I went to my niece's graduation yesterday. I finished it on Monday, so I haven't really read since Monday. So basically, I read 4 books over the weekend. The first book that I read was Thursdays at 8 by Debbie Macomber. This is the book that I told you in my last weekly wrap-up that I was thinking about picking up, a Debbie Macomber book, and I decided to, and I'm really glad I did. This follows 4 women, and they're kind of all at different points in their lives. One's a widow, one went through a divorce, one is kind of just single and doing her own thing, and then the other one is just kind of going through her regular marriage. So obviously drama ensues. These women they met through this writing class, and they decided that they were going to meet for breakfast Thursdays at 8, and they just kind of share their lives and share what they're going through, and just they come together, and they have such a close bond that they get each other through the tough things and things that they don't really want to go through. So I really enjoyed this book. Debbie Macomber, she's so much fun to read, and she just really just gets life and gets women, and I just really enjoyed this book. So I gave this book 4 stars, and I recommend her. Obviously, I love Debbie Macomber. She's one of my favorites, so definitely recommend her. Then my reread, because I was like, oh my god, the month is halfway over and I haven't done a reread yet. And Patrick was like, you didn't read, even he was like, you didn't do a reread yet this month, did you? And I was like, oops. So I picked up The Goddess Inheritance by Amy Carter, and this is the 3rd and final book in the trilogy. I decided just not to read the novellas, because the novellas really don't have anything to do with the series. Well, not the novellas, but I have that bind up of the Goddess Legacy, and I decided not to reread that one. But this is the 3rd and final book, and I feel like I loved this one so much more than the first time I read it, which is crazy because the first time I read it was when it first came out, because I was so eagerly anticipating it. And it came out, and I remember reading it and going crazy, and I remember kind of still giving it 5 stars, but not feeling like I had that serious love for it like I thought I was going to have. And this time reading it, I enjoyed it so much more. So really glad that I got to reread this trilogy. So that is another thing that I got to reread, so I'm so excited. And then Sunday morning, I powered through the 3rd book in the Dark World series, which I just had a whole review up that I just filmed, and that was Demon Heart by Emma L. Adams. That was one of the books that I got in exchange for an honest review from Curiosity Quills Press, and I really enjoyed this book. This is probably my favorite book in the series so far. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really fun, and I was really excited to continue on. So the second book, which is the one that I kind of was like, I just need to do it, and I got almost halfway that day, is Souls Forsaken by Emma L. Adams. This is the 4th book that just came out, and I gave this book 3 stars. It felt like one of those fillery books that it was just leading us to get to the 5th and final book, but I still enjoyed it, so I still gave it 3 stars. But I am so glad that I was given the opportunity to read these books, so I definitely go recommend them, and I think that you should go check out the series review if you are still kind of hesitant about it. You know what I just realized in my whole review, I never mentioned that these books take place in England, so that's also another exciting setting. I'm such a doof. And then a book that I'm going to possibly be currently reading, I have 2 more books that I know I need to review, and I was going to go straight to them. But then, obviously, I just bought a whole bunch of books. But my coworkers on Monday were, talking about a book. They were, in the hallway, and I was like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, we're talking about books. Do you like books? I'm like, do I like books? Yeah, I do. And they're like, oh, you should read it. And they're like, do you know what this book is? And I'm like, no. So then they were like, do you mind if I give it to her? So I think one coworker gave it to the other one to read. And then she was like, can I then lend it to her? And they're like, sure. So now I have it. So I'm going to try to read it just to get it back to them. And that is The Language of Flowers by Vanessa Diffenbaugh. I don't know. I don't really know much about this book, but I read the first page and it kind of reminds me of Diane Chamberlain. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's about this girl who kind of really likes the things behind flowers. I forgot what I was saying. So she's been in foster care her whole life, and she really likes flowers and their meanings. And now she's 18 with nowhere to go. And she has a gift for helping others through the flowers she chooses for them. But an unexpected encounter with a mysterious stranger has her questioning what's been missing in her life and is forced to confront a painful secret from her past. She must decide whether it's worth risking everything for a second chance at happiness. So, it sounds really good, and it's actually super short, so I'm hoping that maybe I can get through it tonight, which would be great, so I can get it back to them. But yeah, so this is something that I'm thinking about picking up. If you know anything about this book, it looked like it had really good reviews on Goodreads. Please let me know down below, and I would really appreciate it. So I hope